welcome to today's quite an unusual video. Today I would like to talk to you about these products that I just picked up from the supermarket that are locally New Zealand made. And I'm also going to talk to you about my diet and what do I eat usually. So what I'm going to talk to you today is just those products. There are two chocolates that are made by Whittaker's. I don't know whether you have Whittaker's in your country, but this is a very popular chocolate in New Zealand and basically is one of the biggest chocolate factories in New Zealand that produces a very nice chocolate. And I already showed some of those chocolates in one of my videos before. And then I decided to try this. I have never tried that before. They are actually made in Australia, but I think it's close enough. That's why I decided to take this one on board as well. And we will try together Kombucha. It's a non-alcoholic drink. And the last one is this bag of crisps that are made in the city where I live. They're actually very, very good. So I think we probably will start with something that was made in Australia. And for me it's quite important that this crackers, they don't have gluten and I can actually eat them. So the first fact about my diet is that I don't eat gluten. It has been a very long process for me to understand what things I can or cannot eat. And I did several tests as well. And it turned out that I have some kind of sensitivity to gluten. And it was recommended to me to switch to gluten-free diet. That helped me quite a lot. So let's open those crackers and see what is inside. I hadn't had any problems with gluten for many years. I didn't know that I would develop something like that. Now, these are crackers made of seeds. It's just different types of seeds. And we will just put them on a plate. This is my favorite plate that my friend gave me as a gift from Uzbekistan, and we will just put some of those crackers on the plate. So when I moved to New Zealand, I didn't have a gluten-free diet, and I was more or less happy with how things were. But after my trip to Thailand, something has changed. I'm not sure what exactly, but I had very bad stomach aches, and then after a while I developed pain in my abdomen that just didn't go away. And I did different investigations and research and scans, analysis of all kinds, and there were some problems, but there was nothing that would cause that type of pain that I had. And so I tried to manage that with the diet. And I tried many things for about 2 or 3 years. And finally I changed my diet in a way that actually helps me to manage that pain. So I can read to you what it says here on the package. Created especially for your snacking and entertaining pleasure, Simply Seed crackers are packed full of wholesome flavors and are simply delicious. We carefully bake a selection of Simply Seeds to create the perfect light and crunchy texture. Enjoy them on their own, dunk them in a dip, or simply pair with your favorite topping. And you can see that here on the picture they have some cheese and bell pepper or capsicum and a basil, I think. And then on this side they have really tasty collection of different cheeses and fruits and nuts, grapes and blackberries, I guess. So these crackers, they called Simply Seed crackers, herb and garlic. And I'm actually quite interested to see how they taste. I'm not going to taste them now here, but I can just quickly show you what's inside. It's just basically seeds. What they said, they're just simply seeds. So this is Australian, and now I think we will try and open. I'll just put it on the side. And the next one that I want to open is kombucha. I'm actually not sure whether you know what kombucha is, but this is something very popular in New Zealand. And they have different flavors, something that you can buy in the supermarket, but also many people are just producing this drink themselves. You just need to have a special starter to do that. And this package is quite pretty. So this one is blackcurrant. And blackcurrant is something that I really like in different bakings or smoothies or even juices. So low rose living drink, limited edition. Naturally low in sugar. What it says also is that it has kombucha cultures and green tea and oolong tea, raw sugar and some sweeteners. And look at that. It's quite impressive as well. So basically this is the process that they take to develop this kind of drink, and you can see that it is quite a simple one, and that's why so many people are making something like this themselves. So in Russia or Ukraine, basically in Russian language, we call it a tea fungi or tea mushroom. And this is basically that culture that you put in your big jar and wait until kombucha is ready, and then you can just add different fruits for flavor. I don't drink that type of things often because different cultures that contains in those things like yogurts, kombucha, sauerkraut, or different other things that have culture in them can actually disturb a normal balance in your guts and make you feel sometimes pain, sometimes just feel unwell, and can disturb normal digestion. So basically, if something is going on that by changing the diet, by removing things like those additional cultures, additional bacteria that you may not need, can actually improve your state. But this is something that I figure out for myself, and it doesn't mean that it will work for everyone. Now I'm going to open that and put it in the glass. So I'll just open that. Just hear it. So this drink smells like blackcurrant. So basically whatever you put inside, it will just make the taste better. But the kombucha itself tastes like I'm not sure if you guys tried kvass. It's also a Russian Ukrainian drink that is made of it's East culture. It's very, very nice, and so kombucha is something similar, but I guess it's very hard to describe what the taste of pure kombucha is. When I was young, I actually didn't like it, and as I said, I don't usually drink that anyway, but I thought that I will make an exception. I will just buy that for this video. I'm not sure if you like the sounds of those bubbles. It's quite bubbly, but also all those bubbles are disappearing quite quickly. So this is a kombucha drink, and now I'll just close that and we will move to another item. So next, let's open this bag of chips. So the smell of those chips is very, very nice. I really like it. And these are not a regular pack of chips. As you can see, it has beetroot, kumara, that is a Maori or actually Pacifica name of sweet potato, a parsnip and carrot. It's also gluten-free and it's also vegan. I'm not vegan, but I'm a vegetarian, and that's another thing that complicates my diet because I don't eat meat. I haven't been eating meat for quite a long time, since 2010, but because of that I actually now have problems with B12 and iron. I'll just put the chips into this bowl. And so, when I first discovered that I had a B12 deficiency, I actually felt very bad. I had cramps in my wrists and numbness in my fingers and my feet. But just one injection of B12 sorted that. I was fine for over 7 years on a vegetarian diet. I didn't have any supplements of B12 at all. But now, of course, I'm more careful and I take supplements of B12, and I also eat regularly eggs to make sure that I have a proper balance. With iron, it actually took longer to develop an iron deficiency on a vegetarian diet. And after I discovered that I have iron deficiency, I didn't want to take tablets because they have quite not really pleasant side effects, and I didn't really want that. So that's why I actually started eating green shell mussels. So this is the only meat, let's say, or animal that I eat only because of the iron. I'm not really proud of that. I don't want to eat them, but there's something that actually I need to take care of my health first, and that's why I decided to include this in my diet. And at the moment I still a vegetarian, but with some exceptions. So those red pieces, obviously beetroot, and I will find you, this is probably parsnip. Oh, this is parsnip for sure. You can see the heart, and that is quite narrow. And this would be kumara, and they're actually quite nice and crunchy as well. I love those chips. They are healthier than potato chips only because And this is a mixture of different things. For example, kumara is as bad as potato, even worse because it has so much sugar in it. But because it's a mixture, it's actually a very good collection of desiccated vegetables that you can eat at your party. I'll tell you a secret. I actually eat chips every day. And these are quite expensive, so I just bought them for you guys. Alright, so next stop is we have those 2 chocolates. And again, my diet doesn't include milk. So normally I don't eat milk chocolate. Sometimes I can, of course. And I bought this only because I love those 2 types of chocolate. So this one is just a regular milk chocolate with coconut. Whittaker's since 1896. Creamy milk. And you can see that here there is a little stamp that says that it's actually certified for not ruining the rainforest by growing coconut butter. And what it says here, I'll just read it for you. When our grandfather, J.H. Whittaker, started making chocolate, he believed that best was always better. We are pleased to report that this hasn't changed. We insist on overseeing all our delicious creations from bean to bar. First, we find the world's finest, ethically grown and sun-dried cacao beans. Then, we batch roast and fine them ourselves right here in New Zealand. This dedication to texture and taste has made Whittaker's famous for quality since 1896. We like to make good, honest chocolate, so we have committed to Rainforest Alliance certification for 100% of our Ghanaian cacao beans. We purchase cacao from Rainforest Alliance certified farms equivalent to the amount used in this product. This is Whittaker. And you can see that this one is a big chocolate bar. It's like a full-size chocolate bar. And this one is delicate and thin. So this one reminds me of Lindt chocolate. It's the same size. And this one, Nelson pear and Manuka honey. So Nelson is the town where I live, and we grow pears here in one of the villages. And Manuka honey is a special type of honey that is has quite a lot of healing properties because of his antibacterial components. And Manuka is a plant that produces the flowers that bees feed on. And so this basically a collection of chocolates with something from almost every region in New Zealand. So this one specifically has this Nelson pears. Our famous 5-roll refined creamy milk chocolate with delicious pieces of Nelson grown pears and a hint of naturally harvested Manuka honey from Mossop honey of Tauranga. And I would like to open this one with you. It's a very nice golden bar. It's very beautiful, I think. All those little squares with cacao beans and Whitaker's logo. I can take one piece and put it on our plate over here. And I'll just remove this. And I can offer you a drink, some chips if you want. There is a little bit left of that drink, so you can top it up when you want. And this one hasn't been opened, but feel free to help yourself.